Heaven has called your name from the crowd. You didn't stumble here by accident. God has intentionally drawn you into this sacred moment. It's as if the noise of the world has faded away. And in this space, there is only you and the divine invitation that's being extended. God is calling you closer into a private chamber, a place where He can speak directly to your heart. What He has to say cannot be heard in the midst of the chaos or the busyness of the world. This is a moment set apart just for you, where God wants to elevate you to the next level of understanding purpose and intimacy. This is not an ordinary time. This is not a random encounter. You are being called into a season of divine elevation where you will hear God's voice more clearly, and where His purpose for your life will be revealed with depth and clarity. You are not alone. God is with you, and He is creating a space for you to hear His whispers without distraction. What He has to share with you in this moment is personal, precious, and necessary for the next step of your journey. If you feel a stirring in your spirit, a pull in your heart, know that this is the time. God is inviting you into a deeper relationship, one that is rooted in His love, His guidance, and His divine wisdom. You are not forgotten. God sees you. He knows you. And He has brought you here because He has something incredible planned for your life. If you sense God pulling you closer, if you feel the weight of this moment, I invite you to type "listen" in the comments below. Let heaven see your agreement with this divine invitation. Take a step in faith and allow God to lead you into the sacred space where He will reveal His plans for you. And if this message resonates with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Let's walk together in faith, and let's allow God to move powerfully in our lives. Heaven has cleared the room for you. It's as if all the noise and distractions of the world have faded away, and in this moment, there is nothing left but you and God. This is not just another ordinary moment in your life. This is a divine intervention. The crowd that once surrounded you has been dismissed, and what God wants to speak to you in this sacred moment can only be heard in the stillness. The public announcements, the opinions, the judgments, these things have all been swept away for this very purpose. You have been moved from the public space, from the place where your voice was just one among many, to the private chambers of the Creator, where your voice is the only one He longs to hear. In this space, it's no longer about performing for others, proving your worth, or seeking approval. It's just you and God without distractions or interruptions. This moment is different from all others. It's a sacred invitation to hear directly from the Creator. It's an opportunity to step into a deeper relationship with Him, a moment where God's voice will speak into your life in ways that will shift your perspective and guide your path. You might feel as though the world has been loud and overwhelming, with so many voices calling your attention in different directions. Yet here you are, in the silence in the private place, where God's presence can fully surround you. This is not an accident. This shift from the public to the private is deliberate. It is a divine assignment, a calling to come closer, to listen, and to receive. The whispers you will hear in this space cannot be drowned out by the noise of everyday life. It is in the private place that God's most intimate revelations are shared, where He speaks to you, not in the clamor of the crowd, but in the quiet, powerful stillness of His presence. Your access to God has shifted from casual to sacred. This is not a time to take lightly. What you are being called into is an intimate relationship with the Creator of the universe, a connection that is reserved just for you. It carries weight, spiritual weight, personal weight, and prophetic weight. God has moved you into this season of deep intimacy for a reason. You may not understand it fully yet, but He is aligning you with His divine purpose in ways that you've never experienced before. No longer are you merely one among many who seek God's attention. Now, He is drawing you into a place where your heart, your spirit, your mind are fully His. Your prayers, your desires, your hopes are being carefully shaped, tested, and directed. This season of intimacy is one where God will mold you, refine you, and prepare you for the next phase of your life's journey. It is not a random accident that you find yourself here in this sacred space. This is a moment of divine intention. God is intentionally creating space for you to grow. Just as an artist takes time to carefully shape and refine a masterpiece, God is taking the time to mold you into something greater. The divine assignment you have is one that goes beyond your own understanding. But as you remain in this private place with Him, He will reveal the details one step at a time. The foundation He is laying in your life right now will prepare you for the greater things He has in store. This is a season of preparation, not for the world's applause, but for God's purposes to be fulfilled in your life. God is drawing you closer, not to isolate you from the world, but to insulate you. He's creating a sacred space where distractions can no longer corrupt what He is doing in your life. This private time is meant to shield you from the noise of the world, from the demands and expectations that constantly try to pull you in different directions. In a world that thrives on noise, where everyone has something to say and a platform to say it, God is calling you to the quiet. This is not a call for isolation, but for divine insulation, a place where His voice will be the loudest and the distractions will fade into the background. This is a moment for you to receive clarity, direction, and comfort that cannot be found in the chaos of life. It's a moment for God to speak directly to your heart, away from the voices that demand your attention. In the silence, He will speak with the kind of clarity that will settle your spirit, calm your worries, and provide a sense of peace that the world cannot offer. The noise you've been carrying, whether from external pressures or internal struggles, has been overwhelming at times. You've likely felt the weight of others' expectations, the demands of life, and the noise of thoughts that flood your mind. But now, God is calling you to a place of stillness. This is not just about taking a break from the world, but about entering a space where your connection with God is clear, uninterrupted, and undisturbed. This moment is sacred, and it's in this sacredness that you will find the clarity you need to move forward in the direction God has set for you. When you step into this private space, you will feel the weight of His love and grace as it surrounds you. You will feel His presence in ways that will change you from the inside out. God is inviting you into a place where you can hear His whispers without the interference of the world's noise. The stillness around you will be filled with the power of His presence, and in that stillness, you will be able to hear His guidance clearly. It's easy to feel alone during times of separation. When you are drawn away from the noise, the people, and the busyness of life, it's natural to question why God has led you to this quiet place. But God is not isolating you to make you feel abandoned or forgotten. He is preparing you. There are things He wants to do in your life that can only happen when the distractions of the world are removed. This is a time to receive His wisdom, His guidance, and His comfort, but also to hear His corrections and instructions. God is shaping your heart, preparing your mind, and refining your spirit so that you are ready for the next step in His plan for your life. While it may feel like a time of waiting, this is actually a time of divine preparation. God is laying the groundwork for something greater, something that will require a foundation of peace, clarity, and intimacy with Him. He is creating space for you to grow and develop in ways that will equip you to fulfill His purpose. It's in this secret, quiet space that He will nurture your relationship with Him, strengthen your character, and build your trust in Him. The world may try to tell you that you are missing out or that you are falling behind, but know this: you are exactly where God wants you to be. This is the season where He is calling you to be still, to be present, and to fully engage with Him. This is not a time to rush through or try to escape. It's a time to sit with God, to listen carefully, and to allow Him to shape your spirit for what lies ahead. God's call to you in this moment is an invitation to divine elevation. This is not just a quiet season. It is a time of deep transformation. In this sacred space, God is preparing you for the next season of your life, the season where His plans for you will be revealed in powerful ways. He is calling you into intimacy, into deeper relationship, so that you can move forward with greater authority, greater wisdom, and greater clarity. As you step into this private space with God, you are being elevated. The distractions, the chaos, and the noise of the world are fading away. And in that quiet, God is speaking directly to you, aligning you with His divine purpose. This is your moment to receive what He has for you, to hear the whispers of His heart, and to understand the path He has laid out for you. In this moment, God is drawing you close, not just to speak to you, but to equip you, to strengthen you, and to prepare you for what's next. The stillness of this space is not empty. It is filled with purpose. It is a sacred invitation to hear from God in a way that will change everything. And as you listen, you will be shaped, transformed, and aligned with the destiny He has for you. So embrace this moment. Embrace the silence, the stillness, and the intimacy with God that comes with it. This is your time to hear from the Creator of the universe in a way you never have before. Take a deep breath, step closer, and prepare yourself to receive the divine elevation that God has for you. You are exactly where you need to be. Heaven has called your name. In this season of divine privacy, it's important to understand that God is not withholding from you. He is refining you. The quiet moments you find yourself in are not meant to make you feel forgotten or abandoned. They are not a punishment, nor an indication of rejection, but a period of sacred preparation, a time for God to shape your heart, your mind, and your spirit for the greater purposes ahead. Privacy in this context is a place of divine protection. Think of privacy as a sacred space where God can work deeply within you, away from the distractions and pressures of the world. Just as a potter works quietly and deliberately with clay, molding it into something beautiful and purposeful, so too is God molding you in this season of solitude. There is a unique work being done in you that can only happen when the noise of the world is quieted. It's in this quiet space that God aligns you with your divine purpose, strengthens your resolve, and fills you with wisdom and discernment. To the outside world, your season of privacy may appear to be one of isolation. People might misunderstand your need for space, and they may even pity you, labeling you as lonely or lost. They may question why you're not engaging with the crowds or pushing forward in the ways that others are. But heaven sees your privacy differently. It is not about separation from the world. It's about preparation. When God pulls you aside, He isn't turning His back on you. He is drawing you close because He is doing something deep within you. He's removing distractions, purging old beliefs, refining your character, and building a foundation that will carry you through the challenges and blessings that lie ahead. While others may see your absence as rejection, God sees it as protection, a time when He can fortify you for the journey ahead. Your purpose is too great for the noise and chaos to disrupt, which is why God has drawn you into this private space. He's protecting you from the pull of external pressures, from opinions, and from the expectations of others. And this divine insulation is not a punishment. It is an act of love, God is preparing you for something far greater than you can imagine. And this moment of privacy is where the foundation is laid. The enemy understands something very important that many people miss. Intimacy with God produces authority in the Spirit. When you enter into a deeper relationship with God, when you cultivate moments of quiet and focused prayer, when you allow Him to speak into your life without the interference of distractions, you become a force to be reckoned with. The power and authority that comes from being deeply rooted in God's presence is not something the enemy can withstand. This is why, during your private moments with God, the enemy will do everything in his power to distract you. He knows that when you are fully aligned with God, when you are intimately connected with your Creator, you become unshakable. The enemy cannot stand against the clarity and strength that comes from being in God's presence. During times of divine preparation, the enemy will often send distractions your way, doubts, worries, and fears that seek to pull you away from the stillness where God is refining you. You might experience an increase in challenges, false accusations, or feelings of confusion. But understand this: every attack on your secret place is confirmation that something powerful is happening there. The enemy will never waste his time on someone or something that doesn't matter. His attacks are a sign that you are moving closer to divine alignment, that God is about to release something great in your life. These distractions are not evidence of failure, but proof that you are in a season of spiritual elevation. Every time you experience resistance, know that it is a sign that you are becoming more aligned with God's purpose for your life. It's a sign that your intimacy with God is producing results. Your private moments are not only forming you, they are establishing your spiritual authority. When you are rooted in God's presence, your words carry weight. Your actions are filled with purpose, and your life becomes a living testimony of His power. So when the distractions come, don't be discouraged. They are not a reflection of your inadequacy. They are confirmation that you are moving in the right direction, growing in authority, and becoming more dangerous to the enemy's plans. God is fortifying you in private so that when the public comes, you will stand firm, unshaken, and empowered. You might be tempted to see distractions, doubts, and accusations as setbacks, but in reality, they are signs of progress. The enemy does not attack what he doesn't fear. If your life was of no consequence, he would leave you alone. But because you are a child of God, because you are being prepared for something great, the enemy will attempt to keep you from reaching your full potential. You are walking through a spiritual battle, but don't mistake the attacks for signs of weakness or failure. They are evidence that you are in the process of being refined for something greater. The enemy knows that once you emerge from this season of privacy, once you step into the public assignment God has for you, you will be a force to be reckoned with. And he will do everything in his power to stop that from happening. But remember, every attack on your secret place is confirmation that something powerful is happening in you. The more the enemy tries to distract you, the more you can be assured that you are on the right track. God is protecting you, shielding you, and preparing you in ways that the enemy cannot understand. When the doubts arise, when the whispers come, when you begin to question your path, know that God is with you. He is doing a deep work in your heart, refining your character, and aligning you with His perfect will. The distractions you face are simply the enemy's last attempt to prevent you from walking in the fullness of your calling. But God has already spoken over your life, and His purpose will prevail. Just like Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness before leading the Israelites out of Egypt, just like David spent 15 years hiding in caves before he was crowned king. Your time in the secret place is not wasted. God is using this time of solitude to build in you what is necessary for your public promotion. Moses did not become the leader God called him to be overnight. He spent decades in the desert, learning patience, humility, and dependence on God. It was in the wilderness that he was transformed from a prince of Egypt into the servant of God. And when the time came for him to lead, he was ready. The foundation had been laid during his time in private, and that foundation held when he stepped into the public calling. David, too, spent years in hiding, rejected by King Saul, and living in caves while he was secretly anointed to be the future king of Israel. During those years, David learned warfare worship and trust in God. He was being refined, prepared for a position of authority that he could not have been ready for had he not gone through the private season of preparation. Your private season, your moments of solitude with God are not wasted. God is shaping you in ways that will become evident in his timing. What he is doing in you now is laying the groundwork for the greatness that will be revealed in public. Every moment of quiet, every period of stillness is preparing you for the public promotion that will come when the time is right. In the secret place, God is building a foundation of strength, clarity, and authority that will hold up under the pressure of public scrutiny. When you step into your calling, you will be able to stand firm because the work God has done in you during this time will have solidified your identity and purpose. Just like the great leaders of the Bible, you too are being prepared in private for the public assignment ahead. The time you spend in God's presence is laying the foundation for the powerful impact you will have on the world. Your private moments are not just for you, they are for the people God will lead you, to the lives he will call you to impact, and the work he will do through you. Your time in the secret place is not one of isolation. It is a season of divine preparation. In this quiet space, God is refining you, strengthening you, and shaping your character. The distractions and doubts that arise only serve to confirm that you are moving in the right direction. The enemy will attempt to disrupt your peace, but know that God is guarding you, preparing you for something greater. Every attack you face in this season is a sign that you are on the path to spiritual authority and alignment. What God is building in you right now cannot be seen by others, but it will be revealed at the right time. Your private season will lead to a public promotion, and when the time comes, you will be ready to step into your purpose with strength, clarity, and authority. Trust in the process, embrace the solitude, and know that the work God is doing in you now is the foundation for the great things he is preparing for you in the future. The secret place is not a place of delay. It is a place of divine preparation. God is not finished with you. He is simply building the strength, the character, and the wisdom you will need for what is to come. As you settle into the quiet place with God, there's something incredibly powerful happening within you. Intimacy with God doesn't just strengthen your connection with him, it grants you authority in the spirit realm. The more time you spend in God's presence, the clearer you hear his voice, and the more confidently you begin to walk in his divine purpose for your life. Intimacy with God is the foundation of your spiritual authority. It's through this deep connection with him that you are able to move with power and wisdom, not because of your own strength, but because of his. In a world that celebrates performance, where outward achievements and public recognition are often seen as the markers of success, God is inviting you into a deeper, quieter space. Here, it is not about performing for others, not about pleasing the crowd, not about the validation you can garner from the world. True authority is birthed in the secret place, where you lay down your pretensions and come before God with a humble, open heart. It's about being real with him, being transparent in his presence, and allowing him to shape you into the person he's always called you to be. You see, when you are intimate with God, you stop performing for approval whether it's from people from society or from your own fears and insecurities. You start to rest in the truth that your worth is not defined by how others see you, but by how God sees you. In the secret place, God is reminding you that you are His creation, uniquely designed with purpose, and that purpose is bigger than anything external validation could ever provide. Your true calling is not found in public success or external acknowledgement. It is forged in the quiet moments spent with God. It's in the intimate conversations, the private prayers, the moments of surrender where God refines and aligns your heart with His. The world might rush ahead, seeking status and recognition, but you are being called into a deeper understanding that your true identity is rooted in God's love, His vision for you, and His purpose. And as you dwell in this sacred intimacy, you will find that everything else becomes clearer. Your authority is no longer based on what you do, but on who you are in God. The more you lean into Him, the more you understand your place in His kingdom. His voice will become louder than the noise around you, and you will begin to move with confidence, knowing that you are walking in alignment with His will for your life. In the secret space with God, He is teaching you to stop performing for the approval of others. This is a lesson that is often hard to grasp because the world's standards are so ingrained in us. The culture teaches us to chase after success, recognition, and the admiration of others. But God is calling you to a different rhythm. In the secret place, your worth is no longer measured by what others think of you, but by what God is doing in you. God is reminding you that your purpose is bigger than performance. When you step into intimacy with Him, you stop comparing your path to anyone else's. You stop seeking validation from the world and start seeking clarity from God. Your true calling isn't defined by public approval or external accolades. It's found in your relationship with God and His specific plan for your life. What God is doing in your heart right now is so much more significant than any external success you could achieve. Your purpose is being refined in the private place, in those quiet moments where you allow God to mold you into the person He wants you to be. This is not a time to measure your progress by how many people notice or praise you. This is the time to align yourself fully with God's will, knowing that when the time is right, He will use you for something great. This process is about being prepared for what is to come, not about performing in front of others. You don't need to prove yourself. God already knows your heart. He already knows your potential. And it's in this private space that He is preparing you for something that goes beyond what you can see right now. So don't rush through this season. Don't let the noise of the world pull you away from the sacred work that God is doing in you. In the quiet, in the hidden moments, He is shaping you into the vessel He needs you to be for the mission He has entrusted to you. The world is filled with noise, opinions, expectations, criticisms, and pressures. We are constantly bombarded with messages telling us what we should do, who we should be, and how we should live. But in the midst of all this noise, God is calling you into a place of stillness where His voice is the only one that matters. In the secret place, He is calling you to hear His voice above the noise. Many voices are vying for your attention. The enemy wants to keep you distracted and unfocused, whispering doubts and lies into your mind. People in your life may have expectations or judgments, and the weight of the world's pressure might feel overwhelming at times. But God is calling you into a space of stillness where you can hear His voice clearly and distinctly. This is a time for you to sit in His presence, to receive from Him without interference, and to align your heart with His will. This is not a time to rush, not a time to be swept up by the demands of life. It is a time to to slow down and listen, to clear away the clutter and focus your attention on what God is saying. God's voice will always be calm, steady, and sure. When you are in His presence, the noise of the world fades away, and you can hear Him speaking directly to your heart. There is so much wisdom and guidance available to you in this secret place, but you can only hear it if you're willing to silence the distractions. It's not enough to just pray or worship when life gets tough. God wants to meet you in the quiet moments when you are truly present with Him, free from the rush of the world. This is where clarity comes. This is where His purpose is revealed. This is where you align yourself with the path He has set before you. God is calling you into stillness, into clarity, into His presence. God is separating you in this season, not to isolate you, but to prepare you. The privacy you are experiencing right now may feel like loneliness to some, but in the Spirit, it is divine insulation. God is shielding you from external influences that might pull you off course, protecting you from the voices that seek to corrupt what He is doing in your life. This time is not meant to make you feel disconnected from the world, but to align you more closely with His will. You are being separated from distractions so that you can fully focus on what God is building in you. There are things He is doing in your heart, mind, and spirit that require His full attention, things that cannot be rushed. If you are surrounded by distractions or external pressures, these areas of growth would be compromised. In this space of privacy, God is developing you, strengthening your roots, and preparing you for what's next. Don't view this separation as a rejection. See it as a time of refinement. This is where God is working in you, creating a foundation that will allow you to stand strong when the challenges come. Without this private time, you would not have the strength to handle the public calling God has for you. This season is sacred because it is a time of internal growth that will eventually manifest in external transformation. God's work in you is happening in private, but it will be public in its impact. The time you spend in the secret place is preparing you for a purpose far greater than you can imagine. Trust that this time of separation is not wasted. God is at work, and what He is building in you right now is something that will hold up when the public season arrives. In this private season, God is building trust in your heart and teaching you to rely on Him fully. The world may tell you to depend on your own strength, to trust your own abilities, but God is teaching you to lean on Him like never before. He is building your foundation so that when the storms come, you will not be shaken. God is fortifying your roots so that you can stand firm no matter what comes your way. This season may feel like a time of preparation, but it is also a time of strengthening. God is making you strong, not in the ways the world defines strength, but in a way that comes from His presence. True strength comes from reliance on God. It comes from trusting Him, from surrendering your will and your plans to His purpose. He is teaching you how to stand firm, how to remain rooted in His love, even when the winds of life blow hard. In the secret place, God is building something in you that can't be shaken by the world. He is teaching you to trust His timing, His plan, and His ways. You are being prepared for the public assignment He has for you, and the foundation He is building in this season will hold when you step into that assignment. This time is not wasted. It is God's work in you. Your time in the secret place may feel lonely at times, and the world may not understand why you're hidden. But know this season is sacred. You are being prepared for something greater, something that requires you to be deeply rooted in God's purpose. The world may not understand why you need this time of solitude, but heaven sees it clearly. God is using this season to refine your character, to build your trust in Him, and to remove anything that is not meant to go with you into the next season of your life. Embrace this hidden season because God is preparing you in ways that cannot be seen by others. What He is doing in you right now is not for public view. It is for your heart, your spirit, your soul. In this time of hiddenness, God is building something deep within you that will manifest in due time. This is not a time to rush. This is a time to rest in His presence. Trust His timing and allow Him to shape you into the person you were always meant to be. When the world sees you emerge from this season, they will see someone who is strong, confident, and aligned with God's purpose. But right now, God is doing the work that will make that possible. Trust in His process, because what He is building in you will last, and when it is revealed, it will be a testimony to His faithfulness and His divine preparation.